Ray is happily getting dressed for his high school reunion party in an immature outfit while his cop friend Evan waits for him outside. After he sits, a car speeds past them, making Evan follow and stop it. The girl apologizes and mentions going to her reunion, which makes Evan notice that she is his former classmate, Jasmine Park. Reaching the destination, Ray praises Evan's cologne before they go in. The party was at Matthew's house as his wife Lisa took the kids to her parents' house. Evan notices a girl looking at him creepily from afar, but doesn't recognize her. The class's former history teacher, Mr. Buckley, is at the party too. Evan is enjoying some treats when the same girl appears in front of him. The girl acts creepy as if she is up to something, but tells Evan he will be spared since he was a good man. Ray is eavesdropping on Matthew and his ex, Megan's conversation when Amanda Tanner walks up to the bar. Amanda seems too arrogant and is a politician now. Megan enters in on the conversation and disses Ray's job and height, which he doesn't seem to mind. Jasmine finds Evan playing Word Feud, so she drags him to the dance floor. They catch up as Jasmine jokes about his Tinder profile when she notices Megan and Matthew getting close on the dance floor. Ray tries to meddle in, making Megan put him up and create a scene. After Megan walks out, the weird girl, Vivian, decides to create a scene now. Apparently, she was a misfit who got bullied by some students, especially Matthew. Her drunk friend is more of an embarrassment than proving her worth, however. She does scare everyone by saying it's time to reap what they sow because the house blacks out right with it. Matthew tells them it's just because of the storm and goes with Evan to check it out. After turning the power on, Matthew shows Evan the school mascot that he stole at the time of graduation. He plans on wearing this and surprising everyone. Coming back, Evan finds Vivian sleeping on her couch while Jasmine has Vivian's yearbook in her hand. All of the faces have been messed with in the yearbook. Later, Evan is talking to Jasmine when Matthew comes down in the mascot and walks to the dance party after slapping Evan on his butt. The party goes in full swing. Jasmine gets drunk, Amanda is happy, and Ray is back in a fun mood. Most people leave as the storm brews up, but some of them dove off in his house for the night. The next day, Jasmine wakes up in her room and walks out to look for Matthew. She enters Matthew's room that's freezing due to the open window. Matthew is lying on the bed, but as Jasmine walks closer, she lets out a huge scream, seeing Matthew dead with a gunshot on his chest. As Jasmine gets out of the room, Evan is the first one to reach her. This is followed by Amanda, Vivian, Ray, and Mr. Buckley. Evan comes out of the room declaring Matthew dead. Snow has piled up around the cars and no landline or Wi-Fi signals are leaving them all stranded with a dead body in the house. It turns out Matthew sent a picture of him flashing to Amanda and Jasmine at 4 a.m., which means he died later. Evan goes to search for signals in the front while Ray is forced to go check out in the back. Both of them don't find any network. A discussion clarifies that the storm stopped at 3 a.m., so anyone walking or driving out would have created footsteps. If it didn't, it means the murderer is still in the house and is one of them. Amanda takes out a knife and points at Vivian, calling her a murderer because of her little hate speech last night and what she'd done to their faces on the yearbook. Everyone tells Amanda to calm down, and even Vivian is panicking that she won't ever kill someone. Ray tells everyone to calm down and points out how almost everyone had a beef with Matthew due to his personality in high school. But that doesn't mean any of them must have killed him. He then points out how he believes Evan is the one who hated Matthew the most, but that wouldn't mean he'd kill him. Matthew shattering Evan's knee with a hard kick led him to lose his scholarship to Michigan and leave him to a life of mediocrity. But Evan denies killing Matthew for it. While everyone eats, the atmosphere gets chillier because of the open window in Matthew's room. Ray and a reluctant Evan go to close it when Ray decides to look around the crime scene. He sees a bullet hole in the closet and opens it, noticing an earring inside. Making Evan look underneath the bed, Ray quickly hides the earring. Evan forces him to leave now, even though Ray is still on about the odds of a bullet hole in the closet and an open window amidst the blizzard. Evan calls everyone in the lounge. They first check each other's pockets and bags to find anything suspicious. Evan finds the earring in Ray's pocket, but Ray casually mentions picking it up from the dance floor last night. They then decide to search each other's room for any signs of the murder weapon. Amanda tries to hide something when her room is being searched, but starts running when Jasmine sees her. However, she is still caught on and everyone gets to see the tape she was hiding. Putting it in, they see Amanda sneaking into her opponent's house and triggering her peanut allergy just so she can win for class president. Amanda is not guilty about sending the girl to a coma and has only been worried because someone was blackmailing her and told her to attend the party, switch off the lights at a specific time, and then get the tape from the basement. She did it to save her image and everyone seems to make sense of it. Ray wonders if the murderer blackmailed Amanda for some purpose. At night, Mr. Buckley and Vivian's creepiness makes everyone use random objects as weapons as they go to sleep so they don't get murdered. As everyone sleeps, Jasmine walks into Matthew's office. Someone walking outside the house notices the lights turning on. Jasmine is busy searching for something in Matthew's computer when she hears something. Holding onto the screwdriver, Jasmine opens the door only to find a sleepwalking Vivian. Helping her out, she retrieves the data she needs and leaves. Outside the room, she sees someone in the mascot costume and makes a run upstairs. However, tripping slows her down and she gets slammed in the head with a candle holder. Everyone rushes one by one after hearing her scream, with Mr. Buckley coming at the end. The next day, Jasmine shares how her paper has been investigating Matthew's hedge fund story. It was rumored that he was embezzling around $100 million from their clients. She then mentions seeing Mr. Buckley's name in there. This makes him the potential suspect for now. Mr. Buckley accepts losing his entire life savings to Matthew and hating him, but all he wanted was to be treated nicely at this party as some sort of reconciliation. Vivian notices the trunk of one of the cars open from the window. Evan and Ray decide to go take a look and are shocked to find Megan's body inside. Back in the living room, Evan confronts Ray about having Megan's earring in his pocket, but Ray mentions picking it up from the closet so no one suspects Megan. Evan takes Ray's shoe and goes to match the footprints outside. They perfectly match, making Jasmine make up the perfect scenario of Ray finding Megan and Matthew in their room and killing them in rage. The girls all vote for cuffing Ray. Frustrated by that, Ray agrees that it will calm everyone down. Suddenly, the landline rings, making everyone relieved that they are safe. It is Lisa who is devastated to hear the news. As the police and Lisa come in after clearing the snow, Evan walks up to a cuffed Ray and tells him not to worry, as he is sure Ray isn't a murderer and he's going to free him once they get out. As everyone's leaving, Ray suddenly grabs the gun from the officer's pocket and points it at everyone, telling them to move to the living room. Ray starts his monologue by listing all the events and the absurdities in them and how everyone had a troubled relationship with Matthew, making them all a suspect. He then starts narrating what he thought might have happened. Matthew went to wear the mascot after turning the power on when Lisa appeared there. Shooting her husband, she opened the window to freeze the body to not let anyone figure out the time of the death. Ray points out how having the party at his house, pretending to visit her parents, and blackmailing Amanda were all her tricks to cover her tracks. She was going to leave by wearing the mascot, but it turned out that Megan was in the closet, hence the bullet hole in the closet. Dragging her body under the bed, Lisa entered the party and danced around as Matthew, till she found the coast clear to escape after turning the cameras off. This still didn't explain the texts at 4 a.m., so Ray announces who her accomplice was in all this. No one would have expected him to use Evan's name, but he does. Evan must have used Matthew's phone to send the pictures at 4 a.m. to create the confusion. He then threw Megan's body in the trunk using Ray's shoes. However, seeing the lights on, he used the mascot to attack Jasmine, who was awake. Ray mentions the candlestick Evan used being the same as the one on his Tinder profile's picture. Opening the picture, everyone notices that the girl in the mask is indeed Lisa. Ray then mentions Matthew and Evan having the same cologne, so it must be Lisa's favorite. Even if all this doesn't strengthen the argument, he makes Evan show his phone for any chats. Evan gives it, not expecting him to look through the Word Feud app, which he used as a cover to chat with Lisa. Ray's analysis turns out to be spot on, proving everyone wrong for underestimating him. Jasmine offers Ray a job as a private investigator in her firm. Vivian finally decides to get a yearbook photo in front of the house that will forever remain a memory for all of them.